right, you're here for another episode of Next Up with Nicole. I'm your host, Nicole Ryan, and my co-host and EP, Sarah Nekich. And today, the person that is next up, the musician, the superstar that is next up is Dylan. Welcome.
Oh, what an intro.
The woman of the hour, Dylan, everybody.
Stop it.
Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. Girl, you got a lot coming up.
There is a lot going on at the moment.
Oh,
but I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah. So you're going to be heading out on tour with Ed Sheeran. Is that correct?
Tomorrow morning.
I mean, I have anxiety for you. I mean, not that you should be nervous. You're going to be fine, but like.
So do I, man.
No, but like, what does it feel like? Obviously you've toured, but like, what does it feel like that, like, this is that moment? Okay. We're talking tomorrow morning, 24 hours, you will be heading out on one of the biggest tours, I'm sure, thus far in your career.
I think that this is actually the biggest tour ever.
Okay.
So that's, not something that I am taking lightly. I am petrified and I'm not ashamed of that. It is going to be terrifying. I mean, the thing that I am most looking forward to is the fact that there is definitely going to be enough space to like throw my lanky limbs around the stage, like without any risk of hitting anyone in the face or knocking anything over.
Okay. All right. You'll be good to go. And you know Ed now, and you've gotten to, I mean, or do you think that you guys will get to know each other? Is this just something where you're like, your people called his people called your people? Like, how did it come to be that you were on this
my people? And I said, okay, maybe I'll have to check my diary. No, I don't. Yeah. Well, his people are also kind of my people. So,
I think I remember that.
Yeah. So we share the same management.
So you're all part of the same family. So it just made sense.
It did make sense.
Okay.
So I don't know if I was meant to be on it at the start, but I did somehow whittle my way in there.
All right. Well,
and here we are.
Here we are.
And it's happening. I am so scared.
No, you're going to kill it. You're going to kill it. And we'll get back to all of that. But like, let's rewind. Let's take a trip down memory lane and kind of just see where this all started. So you grew up in Suffolk, UK, right?
Yes.
And what was your earliest memory of music?
My dad was a big rock and roll fan. Like, dad rock, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, Rainbow Vibes. That was what he listened to. And subsequently, me and my brother used to stand on the kitchen table a lot with our plywood guitars with rubber strings, singing along to these huge rock songs. And then that taste then progressed into Pop Party 3 on CD, which was what I claim to be my taste in music. And I can still remember every word to that CD because it was the only one I had.
Oh my gosh. Isn't it so crazy how like our first album, like it totally sticks out in your mind. You can remember every word to every song you remember. It brings you back. You can smell where you were. You can picture where you were. You can feel where you were when you listened to that music.
But I'm just so ashamed that mine was Pop Party 3.
But I mean, I think we all liked odd things or not necessarily the coolest things when we were younger, okay? Our taste in music evolves over the years.
Thank God. It was a very weird mix of rock and roll and then that CD.
Would you say that you would owe it to him that you are now where you are music-wise? For kind of giving that first taste?
It's his fault, definitely.
It's his fault. Thanks, Dad. Thanks
a
whole lot.
He doesn't want to admit it.
Okay. All
right.
Right.
He tries to claim that I got the talent from him, but that is just definitely not true. But it's definitely his fault that I'm now doing this for a living.
I'm sure he's very proud. Is he on tour with you?
No, he doesn't come on tour.
No?
But
Oh my
he
God.
is coming to watch me at Wembley, which was like the thing we used to say before we used to step onto the kitchen table. It was always hello Wembley. And so that's been the lifelong dream. That is the long-term dream.
Yeah.
I didn't think that I'd be playing it so early.
Yeah. I'm sure you didn't assume that you'd be making it at 22. I mean, I know that was always your goal. As a kid, we kind of picture ourselves in these insane moments. But I mean, Wembley Stadium, it doesn't get more insane than that.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. All right. So mom and dad gave you the name Natasha Woods. Where did Dylan come from?
Dylan was what I was going to be called if I was a boy.
Oh my God, I know what I was gonna. Do you know what you were gonna be if you were a boy, Sarah? I was gonna be Joel.
I was
Not sure why.
I was gonna be Sean, but that's my brother's name. Or I was gonna be
Okay.
like Kevin. I don't look like a Kevin. I don't.
No,
feel
you don't look like a Kevin to me.
No.
Okay.
I like
Interesting.
that.
Yeah. But I like that because Dylan is a great name for a boy or a girl. So did they tell you that and you kind of just adopted that because you loved it or you wish that your name had been Dylan?
Well, it became a bit of a joke between me and the first producer that I met in the industry, because I'm quite, especially back then, I was a serious tomboy, very, very boyish.
Yeah.
And it kind of just stuck. But also,
Yeah.
I was very reluctant to go under my real name, just because I felt like I needed some confidence.
I mean, I think you have to be confident to also go by a one name, to be like a one name musician.
Oh,
So
yeah.
not only did you take the name you're supposed to be if you were, a male, but you were like, it's just going to be this. There's going to be no fake last name. I'm just going to be Dylan.
Which means it's a nightmare for anyone to find anything about me. But that, I kind of love that, because I think there's like a Wikipedia page that says I'm 46 and from some random town in the UK.
Okay.
So I'm quite enjoying it, actually, because nobody really knows who Dylan is.
Well, they will after this.
A lot of freedom, sort of like mess with people.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of musical influence from your dad, but I feel like a lot of your songs are kind of about overcoming heartbreak. Do you have any influence from Miss Taylor Swift, or who are the people that influence the Dylan sound today?
I mean, the writing and the storytelling is definitely Miss Taylor Swift. Like, who else? I think you'd struggle to find any singer-songwriter now that is not massively influenced by her. Like, she has inspired a generation of songwriters.
She did.
Incredible. And I've never really been a massive fan of pop music either. But
Interesting.
Taylor Swift and Doja Cat, I'm like completely and utterly in love with.
Doja Cat, she's great.
And I think that she definitely inspires. When it came to the earlier stuff, I actually watched her documentary. I watch her documentary a lot.
Yeah, it's great.
A bit of a kick if I need a kick of confidence when I need it sometimes, that this takes a long time and it isn't just an overnight thing. But I think watching that in lockdown really made me think about what my sound was, and that I was trying to be something I wasn't, and that really I just needed to relax back into the music that I liked writing, which made me start writing like I was when I was sort of 15, 16, which is obviously very Taylor Swift inspired. And that's sort of how I found my sound with the first EP. And then going into the new stuff now, I've relaxed even more, and been able to sort of bring in all of those heavy rock influences, but be able to still tell a story and still have them be really empowering, and still have serious pop top lines, but musically be able to have all of my weird obsessions with guitar things in there.
Well, I mean, look how far you've come already. I mean, you should be so proud of yourself. Again, I mean, in 24 hours, I mean, I feel like your life is going to change. I mean, not because of going on tour with Ed Sheeran, because you're on Next Up with Nicole. That's really the thing that's going to change your life. But but
Ed Sheeran, who?
But you're here now. How did you get discovered? Tell us that story. What was the moment? Where were you? Who was it?
So at school, they had a little recording studio, and I used to really want to be a writer. And so I recorded all of my songs in there with the most amazing music teacher. It was the only person that ever taught me that I could do anything in music. And he put my song onto a CD that was sent by his wife to a friend of hers who had a husband that was a producer. And he was called Will, and he put it into his car to listen to the songs, but to take the piss out of me, because who sends CDs then? Like, this is only 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And he ended up really liking the song, so invited me down to his, which is in Wales, a couple of weeks before my A levels, which are like the big exams.
Right. Okay.
And he was just like, I really like you. I think you're good at songwriting. Maybe you should just come back here when you finish your exams, and we'll see what you can do. And so very ballsy me was like, yeah, okay, I'll move to Wales.
I got it. Sure, be right there.
I went and lived with him and his wife and their 2 boys for sort of 6 months on and off. Actually, no, nearly a year on and off. With little breaks in between here and there. Just writing music. And that's when I sort of went, okay. At the start, I didn't really want to be a singer because I couldn't sing very well. But by the end of that, I was like, okay, I can do the singing.
I got this. And how did your family feel about you just like moving in with this other family? Like, okay,
they were very skeptical at first.
Okay. I think my parents would have been as well, just saying.
And it took like a lot of reassurance for my poor dad. Just like more about like just the fact that I wanted to do music because you know, he does insurance. He's a very straight down the line man, very like, you know, oh, you must go to uni and get a degree. And that was just something that I really didn't want to do. And I was like, just give me a year and I will prove to you that I can do this. And our producer had to ring him a lot, being like, it's fine.
Everything's good. We're okay. She's safe. She's doing great.
But it was more, you know, yeah, she is talented. Don't worry.
Wow. We're not pulling your leg.
Yeah. And then sort of within that first year, signed a little mini EP deal with a major label, which was just for an EP.
Wow.
Which I then left and became independent again. But, you know, I had proof for my dad
that you could do it.
And from there, it just all sort of took off.
Yeah.
I met my manager. I started working with lots of different people. I had so many identity crises. I was writing everything that was not me. We went into lockdown and that really forced me to think about who I was.
Yeah. So you do write from a place that's very raw and super personal. What does it feel like to be that personal, to open up your heart and your life in your music to the world?
It's a blessing and it's a curse.
Yeah.
A blessing in the way that it is so amazing to have so many people relate to the stuff that I'm writing. It's so nice to get stuff off my plate. It's so nice to use like trauma and make it into something empowering. But then obviously you have the flip side, which is I'm probably never going to be able to get a boyfriend.
Stop it.
No, but it's true, right? Because you know, I've written all of these songs that are just like, yeah, I mean, not quite Harry Styles. Oh, he's no Romeo. Just like trying to make myself feel better about all of the people that have screwed me over. But now, you know, my poor ex is being like, oh God, like she's still writing songs 1 year later. And everyone else is like, oh, don't date Dylan. She'll just write an album about it.
Do they all know, like anybody that's had a song that you've written a song about, do they know that song is about them?
Yeah, I'm honest when it comes to my stuff. Like I really insert real life situations into the lyrics. I don't know how to use metaphors. Something that I've really noticed recently. I can't use any smoke screens. I just have to say exactly like it is, which is incredibly damaging for my dating life, but it's fine.
No, but you know what? I think a lot of people will kind of, I mean, listen, like back to Taylor Swift, I think she's doing just fine. She's dated plenty of people. And I think that there's something very lovely about being an artist that is so honest. And I think that there's people that will be attracted to that, not just that they're going to be screwed if they hurt you, right?
Yeah. Also, like, if you're nice to me, I'm going to write really nice songs about you.
There you go. It's up to you.
Motto. But also, like, you know, how many people can like write a song about you if you're in a relationship? Like that should be something that is wanted. Anyone date me? Date me? My pitch now.
Yeah.
Single.
So your last 2 EPs were called Purple and Red. Why is the theme of color so important to you? And what made you choose these specific colors? Purple happens to be my favorite color, just saying. So I'm into that choice.
Choose. I think that it was a little bit of, there was sort of 2 sides of it. There was one of wanting to be really clever, which I've also given up doing. And the other part was I used to struggle a lot with Erlen syndrome, which is where your eyes don't connect your brain properly. And so I used to wear like tinted glasses at school, which were really not very cool. Everybody thought I was wearing sunglasses, and teachers would be like, "Can you take them off?" And I'd be like,
I need that. I can't.
That was sort of made school very, very difficult for me. And then because of that, I did a lot of painting. I did a lot with drawing. And that was sort of my outlet until I started writing songs.
Interesting.
And I think that, you know, colors represent what words cannot sometimes.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to do that with the EPs, but then ultimately when it came to the No Romeo EP, I was just like, I feel like I need to, being completely honest with you guys, I need to break this trend now so that I can start calling my projects something a bit more fun in the future.
Absolutely. Really quickly, I feel like I just read that Olivia Rodrigo, I don't think it's the same thing, but doesn't she have something where she sees or hears colors like they're
she's got synesthesia,
okay,
which is completely different and way cooler.
You wish you had that instead.
Yeah, mine's basically was just a really bad a bad version of dyslexia.
Interesting.
But kind of you had to go, I had to go and see a lady in the like south of England once a week and do these really strange exercises to like learn how to focus my eyes properly.
Wow, that must have been challenging.
Weird phase of my life.
Yeah, but you made it through. Look at you now, girl.
I'm all right now. It's all good.
I know Harry Styles just came out with his album. I don't know if you are a fan. I'm assuming you are, seeing as you've got a single called You're Not Harry Styles.
I actually went to go and see him live last night.
Oh shit.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Have you guys seen him live before?
I have
never.
Oh, Sarah, we got to get you there.
I didn't know what true love was until he walked onto the stage. I've never been one to fangirl over anyone. I've been always really chill. Like I've never had the urge to find out everything about an artist before. I've only ever been able to attach myself to the music. Like it's never really been about who's writing that. Like I never had big posters of, Justin Bieber or One Direction on my wall. I was always, I liked the guitarist and then all of the songs.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that the scream that came out of me when Harry Styles walked onto the stage was possible. In fact, I turned into everything that I tried to not be when I was.
Oh, no. It happens to the best of us, Dylan. It happens to the best of us.
I went to that gig and I can't scream, I can't sing because I've got to save my voice for the stadiums.
Right.
Yeah, that didn't happen. Like my ears are still ringing from last night from everyone else's screaming. Like it was insane. So yes, massive fan.
Okay. All right. So that's where this came from. That makes a lot of sense now. The last time I interviewed him it was our last on my radio show. It was our last live thing that we did, live event that we did before we went into lockdown. And what an amazing just send off into lockdown, because he is just something else. He's otherworldly. There's something so special about him. There's something that's just, he's not like everybody else. And like, I mean, I loved him, but I wasn't, like you said, like a fangirl. And then I sat on stage with him and chatted with him. And I was like, will you marry me? Like, there's something about him. He just lulls you. He's so charming and he's so talented. And I feel you, Dylan. I feel you.
This is me this morning. Just like sending my management voice notes being like, oh my God, he's just insane.
All right. So hopefully Harry Styles is watching this right now and maybe he covers You're Not Harry Styles.
I tweeted that this morning. I was like, why didn't Harry Styles cover You're Not Harry Styles in the Radio 1 Live Lounge?
I'll get on that.
What would that have been?
Yeah. I'll have my people call his people. Okay. And we'll be good to go.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So you have a new song off of your EP called Live Without It.
Yes.
Okay. Now we decided we're going to just get to know you a little bit better. And from that song, we found a list or came up with a list of things that we want to know whether you can not live without them or not. Okay. You're like, cool, you can live without them, or I must have this or I will lose my mind.
Okay, go.
Okay. Let's go through these. Ice cream.
Live without it.
You can live without it? I don't think I
I
could.
like ice
Lucky
cream.
you.
I
Okay.
eat it for fun.
For fun. Doesn't
Yeah.
everybody eat it for fun?
If I'm a tourist and
Okay.
I don't like the taste, I don't like the taste of it.
Oh my God. Who are you, an alien visiting this earth, Dylan?
So I
Damn.
got ripped into the other day because I had an ice cream on tour because I wanted to be a tourist.
Okay.
And I put a video on my Instagram story and I was just biting it and I didn't realize I was doing it. And then I've never had so many Instagram DMs just ripping me to shreds about the way I ate ice cream.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
Okay.
I can live without ice cream.
Okay. She can live without it. Sarah, go ahead.
All right. Can you live without your phone?
I would love to.
No, you got to be honest. You can't. You can't.
Didn't impact my career.
Okay. That's fair.
Love to get rid of that thing. But no, I cannot live without my phone, unfortunately.
You know, Ed did that for a while. He took like a whole break. I think he had someone just like managing his phone. And I asked him how he did that because I feel like I feel like losing my mind if I didn't have my phone. It just wouldn't give me anxiety.
I feel like, he can.
Yeah, right. He's there. You can too, Dylan. But I understand you can't live without
One
it.
day.
Can you live without alone time? Like, are you cool constantly being surrounded by people and never having just a little bit of just you time, or do you need the you time?
I can live without alone time.
Okay.
I'm quite good around people.
Ditto.
Quite good alone.
Okay. You can take it or leave it. You can take it or leave it.
I'm impartial.
Okay. Go, Sarah.
Can you live without sunshine?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I could. I need sunshine.
I feel like I have for the last 2 years. You sit in studios with no windows. And it's massively affected my daylight is different to maybe sunshine.
Okay.
I could not live without daylight. Sunshine. I'm actually really bad in the sun. Isn't
the UK very, for the most part, kind of gray a lot? Or am I making that up?
Yeah,
Okay.
it definitely is.
There was one sunny day in London last year, and I sat outside for 1 hour and I got heat stroke.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you 100% can't live without it because
So
it
I
comes
can-
out and you have heat stroke.
Yeah. Basically.
Okay.
Me and the
Okay.
sun just don't match. Everyone's like, let's go in like somewhere exotic, somewhere we can rent like a villa and sunbathe all day. And I'm like, no, let's go to the mountains where it snows. I don't want to see any sun.
Yeah. Sarah, you lived in London for a while. So,
Yeah, it was very gray, never got sunburnt. I'm very pale, very ginger, and I felt pretty safe. So like there's only a couple days of sunshine, but I was also there in like the fall, winter. Like I was there from like September through December. So
Okay.
no snow though either. So I kind
No.
of like the London
Sorry.
weather. I'm coming back for sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's just like the whole British weather is just meh.
Yeah. Meh.
It's all people talk about. Like,
Can
the
you-
weather's nice. And you're like,
Can you live without caffeine?
no, absolutely not. No.
No. Have you ever attempted to quit coffee?
Yeah.
Doesn't
At
work.
the beginning of the Tate McRae tour, I was like, all right, no caffeine. Day 2, I nearly had a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Like I was itching.
And I'm sure Tate didn't appreciate that. She was like, girl, get it together. I need you. Like, I need you to be on
I
par.
think everyone on that tour was pretty happy that I downed some coffee.
Amazing.
Can you live without a good book?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a big reader.
I used to. There was a sort of stage in my life, but that was because someone used to send me books.
Ah.
And
Who was the someone?
an
Oh,
ex of mine. And he was really intelligent and had great book taste. And I used to actually really read because A, I wanted to impress him and have something to talk to him about. But B, because he did all of the searching for me. And I didn't have to go through, loads and loads of blurbs.
Okay. I love
But
that.
yeah, I think at this current moment in my life, yes, I could live without a good book.
Could you live without a pet?
No.
No. So what do you have?
I am currently without. My
And
dad,
you're losing it. You're losing it.
I am losing it. I think I need like a comfort dog or something.
Yeah. An
I
emotional
have.
support dog.
I did get a puppy for my 21st birthday,
There's
but
nothing better.
she was banished to Suffolk to live with my dad because she is the definition of crazy.
Okay.
With my schedule being really, really crazy, it was just never going to work. But yeah, anytime I see a dog now, I'm like on the floor in seconds.
Okay.
Can you live without Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can't not. I
could
must.
either.
I must Netflix and chill at least once a day, or I lose it.
I don't have enough time.
I know.
This is what happens. I get home. I mean, most days I get home pretty late.
Yeah.
Bed. And sometimes I will put something on, but within the first 5 minutes, either I've got an email come through that I need to sort of like work out what the hell I'm doing the next day, or I'm asleep.
Can you live without exercise?
I would love to. But probably no.
Yeah. Is it more to be in shape, or is it more like for a mental?
The Tate McRae tour, I did to 20 minutes every morning. Just more to be cardio fit. Because, when you're running around stage singing for 30, 40 minutes, your breath control's got to be insane. Also, you don't really want to be looking like, you're about to have an asthma attack. You need to.
Fair. That's not the show that people come to see.
No, exactly. And they, people expect you to be pitch perfect while doing dance moves.
Right. I mean, the
best of the best, can I say?
The last show I actually saw was Olivia Rodrigo. And I kept saying, oh my God, she must be exhausted. I've never seen someone back and forth and headbanging. And I mean, it looks exhausting. So yeah, I think like for those types of shows, and it sounds like for you, it's like a necessity.
Yeah. And I really need, I've had like 3 days of like not doing it.
All right.
Just, like mentally prepare myself, but no, I don't think I can live without exercise.
Okay. Can you live without everyone's favorite app, TikTok?
Oh no,
it's too good.
I want to. I would love to. Just I think mental health wise, it's crippling my brain. Because I mean, you get into these holes. It's like, I'm just gonna sit on my phone for like 2 minutes. You open TikTok and you're there for 2 hours. It's like mindlessly scrolling. But equally, that was sort of the platform that I was able to express my personality on in order to engage fans. So I could not live without TikTok.
Yeah. I mean, also, if I couldn't watch videos of people dancing to, my money don't jiggle, jiggle, it folds, I think I would probably snap. Just saying. Could you live without beer?
No.
I mean,
he says, I am currently living without beer. I've got this new thing where on tour I don't drink because I'm trying to be more like Harry Styles. Yeah. So that, in case I meet him, we have something in common. I could be like, oh, I don't drink on tour either.
Okay, good.
When I'm not on tour, I know. Like, I don't mess around with any, vodka tonic and lime and stuff. Anything like that. It's straight in for a good pint.
I like it. It's the best. It's the best.
Can you live without makeup?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you don't seem like a girl who wears too much unless it's like maybe for a video or something. I mean, I feel like you're fine going makeupless.
Stage, I put it on because I go a horrific color of red. But I'd be very happy not wearing makeup for the rest of the time.
And finally, could you live without your guitar?
No,
not happening.
See, that's what I do when I need like me time.
Okay.
Learn something rogue on the guitar or write a song. Like that is how I wind down.
Of course.
Which probably doesn't work. Someone was asking me today, like, what do you do outside of music? Like, what are your hobbies? Like, what inspires you that isn't anything to do with music? And I was like, oh my God, I do not exist outside of this. And it's not, I don't think it's a bad thing because I love it. But it's just the way that I chill out is by playing the guitar.
I love that. And there's something I feel like, I mean, I don't know how to play the guitar, but I feel like there's something very meditative about it. Like there's something very calming about just sitting there and being quiet and strumming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Massively.
So you just told us, you attempted to quit the caffeine while you were on tour with Tate McRae, and you've toured with tons of amazing artists, Bastille, Tate, Thomas Heaton, and you just completed your first headlining show. So what was that like? What was that moment performing live on your first headlining show?
That was insane, like insanity. I don't even know how to describe it. I have never been so smiley after a show as that show, just because I didn't know how to cope with the fact that 750 people have just been screaming my lyrics back in my face, and not just like singing, it was proper screaming. And I just had so much fun. It was insane. And actually today we've just sold the last ticket for my bigger tour in November.
Wow. I mean, what is that? That's got to feel incredible.
Yeah, it's like 5 months away.
I know.
It's insane.
That is insane.
I feel like, we were all a little bit skeptical as to whether we could sell it at all. So it's been insane, but I can't wait. There's something so different about playing in front of your own crowd that it's like, it's just otherworldly. There is no way to describe it. Like when artists say, the best bit is like playing live, like as soon as you're in front of your own crowd, there is, I wouldn't trade anything for those moments.
Oh, I feel like your proud mama. I don't know. I felt a lot of pride inside for you. I'm not going to lie. All right. So tomorrow we're hitting the road with Ed Sheeran. You are going to be playing Wembley Stadium. You are going to make this dream come true. You manifested it. Will there be tears? Will there be laughter? What do you anticipate is going to happen when you get on that stage?
I don't know. I'm just really hoping that it isn't a bodily fluid.
Okay. You know what? I like that. You're reaching for the stars there.
I just need to. I don't know how I'm going to cope, but we're also playing 3 new songs.
Wow.
In this set, which I never heard before. And they're big songs, and I really want to be able to pull them off. So it's just I'm hoping that I don't laugh. I'm hoping that I don't forget lyrics. I probably will laugh consistently. I feel like
that's all right.
Because I'll probably make a lot of self-deprecating jokes, because that's how I handle uncomfortable situations. I think it will be all right. It'll be fine. You're
going to be great. And I don't know how they're not. I mean, last time I had the Jonas Brothers, they said that they often forget their lyrics. So that it's not crazy for you to think that. And they have actually had them put on like screens the lyrics to all of their songs just in case, because you're on tour, you're crazy, you forget what city you're in, and they just have it there in case. It doesn't happen often, but when it happens, they got that there as a safety net. Maybe you should tell your manager we need to implement that on stage just in case.
Don't think I'm anywhere near that level yet. I'm not even allowed a bass player yet. Like, there's no way I'm going to be allowed a TV with my lyrics on it.
You can all dream. You dreamt of Wembley Stadium, and it's happening now. You manifested it, Mama.
Now I just need to earn a little bit of money. With my TV with my lyrics on.
Well, we can't wait to see you on tour. I mean, this is definitely an amazing ticket, Ed Sheeran and Dylan. We're so excited for you. You are 1,000,000,000% what is next. And we cannot wait to continue to see your career grow. You are going places, girl. You are going places.
Let's hope so.
You are. Say it. I will go places.
I will manifest.
There you go.
Manifest the right
Manifesting is key. It works.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Well, Dylan, thank you so much for taking the time out of your very busy day. You're going to kill it tomorrow. We'll be thinking of you. And thanks for being
Thanks very much.
our latest guest on Next Up with Nicole.